I could easily overpower 9 senior citizens. Yeah, I could too. You're not special, April. I like hanging out with guys because there's less drama. Translation, whenever I spend time with my female friends, we always end up doing an unabridged reading of Hamlet, and I'm salty because they always make me play Polonius. At my funeral, take the bouquet off my coffin and throw it into the crowd to see who is next. You know how when you're a fast walker and the guy ahead of you is fast too, but only 90% as fast as you, so you must pass him, but to pass him you have to walk comically faster than your normal speed, or else you'll be in his personal space too long as you pass? That's annoying. I hope I read that right, I just woke up. My niece wants to know if she donates her hair to Locks of Love and the recipient of her hair commits a crime and leaves hair at the crime scene, will her DNA be found all over the crime scene and thus incriminate her? She's 12. I was bullied for being artsy. Nah, tell the whole story. You were busting out the ukulele in the halls and singing Riptide. So you're in a plane with Linda. You crash over a tundra or whatever. It's been weeks. You're starving. You wake up one day and Linda has died of hypothermia. Do you eat Linda? No. I dismember Linda and use her limbs as bait and snare traps to capture at least 4 large game animals. I cook one. I use Linda's intestines to make shelf-stable sausage from the rest. I use her teeth and bones to make crude tools and fishing hooks. I craft Linda's hair into a sling to hunt birds, whose feathers I use to fletch arrows. I build a cabin. I tame wolves with bits of sausage. I craft a headdress of elk antlers. I am the god of the forest. Linda's face resides over my mantle, watching as I tame nature. Thanks, Linda. Khloe Kardashian's hands look like the hands of what I imagine lives under my bed and grabs my ankles in my sleep. You just advanced to level 3, and you can get pegged by a gorilla with a rusty nail it keeps in the corner so the zookeepers won't find it. r/oddly specific. You've found a suitcase full of $750,000 in cash and $100 bills in the brush next to a highway. You can tell that it's been there for at least a year. How would you integrate this money into your life without raising red flags? That is a super duper specific question. If you cheating on yo lady, I hope the woman you cheated with gets pregnant and yo girl find out and leave you, and then you find out the kid not even yours, and the whole time your side was married and her hubby come murder yo ass and help solve yo homicide cause he is the detective over yo case and works for the cops. What if pussy was one big ass eye socket without an eye, and when women fuck, they take the eye out right before you stick it in but never show you it cause they know you're gonna freak out? Oh, so it's just like when we have to take our eyeballs out of our, moving on. If you got a cucumber stuck in your ass, would you rather go to the doctor or just die with some shred of dignity? Like, is it stuck like halfway, like a little bit, or is it like all in there? Because yeah, if it's all in there, then I'll just die. The new digital legacy program lets you designate people as legacy contacts so they can access your account in the event of your death. Asterisk, coming later this year. How did "the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog" become the typical sentence that contains all letters of the alphabet and not Sphinx of black quartz, judge my vow, which is objectively a million times cooler? Someday, a guy is gonna see me eating a whole baguette with my bare hands in my parked car and think, that's her, she's the one. No solicitation! Except Tamale Lady. Is dream sexual and dream gender not valid? I will run over dream gender/sexuals with my 2001 Honda Civic. Question, how many squirrel carcasses will fit in the cooler if I already 11 Lone Star beers and a quart of ice? It depends. Have you already drank 11 beers and that means you only have 1 left in the cooler? If so, 11 squirrels. If not, only 1 squirrel. Dating a hot girl will really teach you more than 18 years of education. Dating a toxic person will teach you why you should buy your own milk. I really want to know the story behind this knowledge. When you told your girl goodnight, but you see her walk in the club with your side chick who you invited out and told her bring a hoe for your boy. Say if my friend wants to join the FBI and back when he was 16 or so, he downloaded a public app that had the title DDoS, and if he tried to use it to boot someone offline on Xbox, is this considered criminal activity, and would this disqualify him from joining the FBI? Asking for a friend, of course. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Some people are secretly at war with owls, for example. Really? Who? How's your Monday, unknown social media manager person? I think I'm depressed, Lamau. Hi, Vicky here, managing director of socials for Amazon Prime Video. Apologies for the last message, that was an accident and will not be happening again. We are having a fabulous Monday and hope you are as well. They shot him right at his damn desk. Wouldn't it be funny if everyone who doesn't jump in an hour goes missing on May 15th, 2023 at 5 hours, 42 minutes, and 35 seconds? Made on Earth by humans. Well, I would sure hope it is. The main thing that puts me off of playing chess is that there is 2,000 years of gameplay that hundreds of people with higher IQs than me have spent thousands of hours studying the history of. So much so that when I put the pawn forward, they say, I see you're going for the Bulgarian somersault. And then I try to take their bishop with my knight and they go, aw, rookie mistake, you've played the Frenchman's sock, and in approximately 37 moves, I'll have won. Remember that phase of grade school when it was pretty common for kids to just randomly throw up in the middle of class? Why was that a thing? When I worked at a bookstore, I learned that when an author like Dean Koontz signs his books, their resale value goes up. I also learned that when an author like Stephen King signs Dean Koontz's books, the price goes even higher, and that Dean Koontz is not amused by this. Anyone else start falling asleep in a place that's not your bed, and when you finally get to bed, you're not tired? Yes. I hate to admit this, but our feelings on certain things really do change as we get older. 10 years ago, I would have preferred to get a new video game instead of an engagement ring, but now that I'm older, I would prefer to get a domesticated raccoon instead of an engagement ring. Teacher, your essay must start with an attention grabber. Me. So I'm sitting there, barbecue sauce on my titties. Me. Says the wrong name during sex. My girlfriend. Who in the fuck is Imperator Caesar Nerva Trianus Divi Nervae Filius Augustus? I probably butchered that, but oh well. The population of Scotland is around 5.25 million, and there are 600 million cats in the world. So if every cat decided to invade Scotland, each Scot would have to fight off around 114 cats each, and I really don't think they could pull it off. At Rich Brian, give me motivation to study, please. If you don't study, you'll be dumb, and one day you're gonna have a son, and he's gonna come home super late, and when you yell at him to try and discipline him, he'll be like, what's 7 plus 8? Haha, that's right, you don't even know. Good night, dumbass. You are eager to have sex with this person, but when you walk into their room, you see something that completely ruins the mood. What is it? A messy-ass room with old Pop-Tart wrappers, spilled ashtrays, dirty clothes in multiple piles, roaches on the wall, a lingering smell that's a mix of boiled eggs and flat beer, pictures of all their exes lined up in chronological order, and to top it off, their parents sitting down with cameras turned on. Mate, if you need to talk, we're here. By age 25, you should have a failed YouTube career, check, a foreign film you watched accidentally yet always recommend, an unfinished 12-chapter fanfiction, an unfounded hatred of TikTok, had enough. I'm almost there. My sister kicks me in the balls, me who has access to the routers and can block Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, etc., prepared to feel the wrath of a pissed-off nerd with admin privileges. Is that a real line? Please tell me that's a real line. Max weight, 200 pounds, or about 2,667 pairs of scissors. What? What's the worst thing that can happen to men? Accidentally get his chopped off with Asian scissors on a vacation in a Spanish hotel at 14/31/12/5/22. Where does it hurt? Headache, stomach ache, spending the entire day preparing bread dough just for it to burn in the oven. We cater any event. Wedding, Cousin Bob's wedding, graduation, horse funeral, drug intervention, Cousin Bob's divorce party, Tuesday, birthday party, anniversary, dog party, welcome home from prison, Cousin Bob's second wedding, last meal before you go back to prison. We'll cater any and all events for you. Well, at least they've got a sense of humor, right? Helpful grammar tip. Farther is for physical distance, further is for metaphorical distance, and father is for emotional distance. Who hurt you? My father. Did you not read the post? You know that feeling of anxiety as you're about to walk past the security sensors on your way out of a store and you think, oh my god, did I shove a TV up my ass? I can't remember. It's too hot. Opens window. In comes 20 flies, 8 spiders, 17 daddy long legs, 50 moths, 3 dragons, and 12 Jehovah's Witnesses. How will you react when on October 17th, 2024, a skinned corpse missing 3 fingers is found on a Wisconsin doorstep? Joy or fear? Carrying fishing rods, helium balloons, flags, and selfie sticks near live wire is dangerous. I mean, yeah, this is specific, but for good reason. I mean, this is just good information to keep in mind. I hate when I'm at Goodwill and I find a dress I think is cute, and then I check the tag and it says it's from Spirit Halloween, and I suddenly see that it is not a cute dress, but in fact a bumblebee costume. The sun is probably the closest thing we'll ever have to a true eldritch abomination. Hear me out here. Older than recorded history, was here longer than any of us, and will be here long after we leave, has a finite beginning and end, but is still incomprehensibly ancient. Burns itself into your vision instantly and can blind you if you look for too long. Further prolonged exposure can cause cancerous growths. Non-humanoid shape floating through space, colossal flaming tentacles angrily lash out on occasion. Sort of just appeared one day and is now surrounded by the corpses of its stillborn children. People used to sacrifice other people to appease it. Pretty sure it screams at us sometimes. She's a 10, but her ex was so destructive emotionally that she's built an impenetrable fortress around her feelings, and you can't do anything but be patient with her until she realizes you're not going to hurt her.